Oh yeah, what's going on everybody? Gamecock Chuck dropping another video for you guys today. Before we do that though, if you like college football content, if you like Gamecock content, you're in the right spot. So do me a favor, I really appreciate you guys hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, let the YouTube algorithm know that you like this kind of content, and also share this video with all your friends and encourage them to check out my channel, give it a go, and if they feel like subscribing, I really appreciate it. Let's go ahead and jump into this video. Today, we're going to talk a little, a schedule preview, a little overview on a team from the SEC West. Today, we're going to dive into a little bit about the Auburn Tigers. Last year, Auburn finished 5-7, below average for Auburn's Auburn standards, according to Auburn standards. That's well below where they want to be. Auburn expects, to be competing for, SEC championships and in the college football playoffs and things like that. Last year, like I said, it didn't happen for them. They parted ways with their head coach and Brian Harsin. They parted ways with him throughout about I can't remember if it was midway through the season or whatever case may be, near the end of the season. And they had Cadillac Williams, former Auburn running back. He ran the he was the interim head coach for the rest of the season, and like I said, they managed to finish 5-7, so below what Auburn really wants to do, as far as being competitive in the SEC West and the SEC altogether. Since they got rid of Brian Harsin, they brought in Hugh Freeze. A lot of you guys from the SEC, if you guys have been around, y'all know this name. He was at Ole Miss, and he got into some trouble. Not exactly sure what it was, but he got some kind of violation, some kind of trouble, and Ole Miss parted ways with him. He left there and went to ended up going to Liberty University, and like some people say, I guess he found Jesus, and now he's back in the SEC. Apparently he's living the straight and narrow now, so we shall see going forward. But he's got a tall task ahead of him. Auburn, like I said, Auburn's a team last year that they'll just be honest with you, just straight up wasn't much good in any areas last year. They did have Tank Bigsby, but that's about it. Outside of that, it wasn't really a whole lot to rave about it, to be honest with you. Robbie Ashford was the quarterback last year, but this year they brought in Peyton Thorne from Michigan State. So bringing Peyton Thorne in, so we really don't know who the quarterback's going to be, whether it's going to be Peyton Thorne or Robbie Ashford. I would assume probably the better of the two as far as a passing quarterback would probably be Peyton Thorne. But, Hugh Freeze, had success with Malik Willis. I think that was the guy's name at Liberty. So Robbie Ashford is more of a mobile threat quarterback in my opinion. So we shall see. But whoever wins that battle, it's going to be a tall task for Hugh Freeze and his staff to get this team back to where Auburn standards are or have been in the past, in the glory days, and when Cam Newton was there and all that. So Auburn's returning eight starters on offense and 8 on offense and 9 on defense. So they got some returning players, they got some experience there. They just got to have the coaching staff to be able to put it all together and compete at a high level in the SEC. Looking at their schedule, it's not well, they are in the SEC West. So, I was going to say it ain't that bad of a schedule, but anytime you play in the SEC West, it's loaded pretty much. So, looking at their schedule, they start off pretty easy with a home contest with UMass. Don't see no issues there. Then they go on the road to Cal to take on the Golden Bears out there in California. It just depends on how Auburn, if they can get off to a good start out there. Cal was a pretty horrible team last year, so I can see Auburn winning this game, and at the same time, I can also see them losing this game just based on the newness of the staff and the players, and getting in the right, getting in sync with the system that Hugh Freeze is bringing to Auburn. Then they come back home. They play Samford. Which should be an easy win right there. I'm not looking forward. That'd be a tough matchup for Auburn, even though they are dealing with a new head coach and everything. But I don't see that game being much of a contest there. Then they go on the road again to take on Texas A&M. Texas A&M is a unique team as well. They are with they're brought in Bobby Petrino to, I guess, so-called call the plays on offense or be the offense coordinator. That is yet to be determined. Watching the SEC Media Day the other day when Jimbo was on there, and he kind of danced around the whole topic of who's going to call, the offensive plays or whatever. So that is to be determined. But I see Texas A&M taking care of business there against Auburn. Like I said, it's a little too early for Auburn to have that kind of success on the road, in my opinion. Then they come back home and they welcome the back-to-back national champions, Georgia Bulldogs. Yeah, I don't see that one going any good way towards Auburn, even though it is a rivalry contest. I really don't see any. I mean, there may have to be a lot of good breaks for Auburn in this game, and Georgia have to play their worst game in college football history, in my opinion. But I see Georgia handling that one. Then they have a bye week, and then after that, they go on the road again to LSU, another hostile environment for them. That right now, I don't think Hugh Freeze is ready, to go on a road trip like that to Baton Rouge and come out of there with a victory and upset. So I don't see that game faring well for Auburn, in my opinion. And then they come back home. They got a couple home games Then they got a couple home games after that LSU matchup. They welcome in both of the Mississippi schools. First off, they have Ole Miss, Lane Kiffin and his high-powered offense. Supposedly they got supposedly from what some of the rumblings is, they found a defense. So we shall see how that, see if that comes to fruition or not. But, they play Ole Miss, and that game, I think Ole Miss is going to be the more talented team that game. And then they welcome in Mississippi State, the Bulldogs. I see Auburn winning that game. I see Auburn winning that game, but I think it's going to be close, in my opinion. That's going to be Hugh Freeze's signature win, in my opinion, for this year, beating Mississippi State. I know that's not a glorious feat, but hey, you take the wins, where you can get them, in my opinion. I think Mississippi State's going to be that one win that they're going to have that's going to kind of give them some confidence, going, to build on throughout Hugh Freeze's time here at Auburn. After that, they go back on the road and they take on Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt's a team last year. Vanderbilt got that upset over Florida at home, and they welcome Auburn in to Vanderbilt. And, listening to Clark Lee and his media day, how can you not pull for that guy? That guy's a diehard Vanderbilt Commodore. He grew up in Nashville, he said. He just bleeds gold and black, and I think Auburn goes down there Auburn goes to Vanderbilt, and I think they get upset by Vanderbilt. I think Vanderbilt gets a win here against Auburn. I think this is their Florida win from last year, in my opinion. Then after that, they go back on the road. They take on Arkansas. Arkansas's an interesting team. They got one of the best quarterbacks in the SEC, KJ Jefferson. They got talented running back and Rocket Sanders. But they missing some key weapons on offense that hopefully by this time they should have everybody identified and it should be clicking. As long as KJ don't get injured or anything, I think they sail right through and get this victory against Auburn. Then Auburn comes back home for 2 games. The final 2 games, they played New Mexico State. I think they get it done there against New Mexico State. Don't see them having any trouble there. And then they wrap up the season in the Iron Bowl at home. It's a rivalry game, so anything can happen. I know a lot of people say that anything can happen. Either one of the teams can win. Look what happened last year. South Carolina, went on the road to Clemson. Nobody gave us a chance to win that game, but we ended up winning. So you never know. But Alabama's got their issues as well with the quarterback situation, whether it's going to be Jalen Milroe or Tyler Buckner or Ty Simpson or whoever the case may be. They got that issues, and I think by the end of the year, by this time, Nick Saban's going to have everything figured out. And whenever they go to Jordan-Hare, I think they're going to take care of business there. So, I see Auburn winning. I'd say I put their ceiling right around 5 wins. If I had to nail it down to a high and a low, I'd say their high is probably right around 5, in my opinion. And the low, I mean, if things don't go well in a couple of these games, I think they could probably win like maybe 3 or 4. So I say anywhere between 3 and 5 is Auburn's season this year, in my opinion. But y'all jump in the comment, let me know what you guys think. If you think I'm wrong, let me know. Tell me why. I'd like to know. I mean, I'm just going by what I've read and things I've heard and seen out of Auburn and things like that. Just watching a few of the games and things like that. So y'all let me know in the comments. And don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to this channel if you like college football content. And until next time, you guys have a blessed day. Thank you guys for watching. Gamecock Chuck, I'm out. Peace.